Placentia Chamber. This is Eric Holmgren, and today I am with Erica and Robert Griffin, and we are here at Gina Maria's Pizzeria. And thank you guys for having me down to take a look at your place and to talk a little bit. As you know, with our chamber chats, we try to talk a little bit about some business challenges, maybe common business challenges. So I understand that you guys have been here for about 10 months, but what did you do before you were owners here at Gina Maria's?
I've been in the restaurant industry since I could remember. I've done everything from serving, bartending, busing. So I kind of grew up in this whole world, and not much else, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done mortgages and restaurants. So I'm a mortgage broker by trade. I have a mortgage company during the day. Started bartending at 21. Valet parking before that, and then we opened a wine bar in Long Beach about 6 years ago. But this is the only restaurant we own currently right now.
Okay, very good. And what were some of the interesting challenges you had? Gina Maria's have been around for about 36 years in the area.
Yep.
And so as the new owners, you just probably came in thinking, just turn the key and walk in, it's all gonna, money's just gonna pour right out all over the place.
We were definitely thinking that.
Everything was great. There's a lot of built-in clientele for 36 years. People that have been coming here when they were kids, or there's kids that come in with their kids, and they're like, I used to come in when I'm 5, and now I'm bringing my 5-year-old here. Or there was a girl that worked here that she used to come when she was in her mother's womb, and so there's a long-standing history. And so when we came and checked everything out, everything was great. There's that loyal clientele. Everything was running. Everything was great. Some of the challenges are that it's a 36-year-old business. One of the first things is the walk-in and out. And so we're on the roof, and still when it's hot outside, and trying to fix the walk-in. Another one was the pizza oven. We started doing marketing and getting busier. And Friday night we'd have the pizza oven loaded, and we can only fit 12 pizzas in there. And then the temperature would drop, and so it would take longer to cook the pizzas, and then it changes the texture a little bit, and so we have to look at the pizza oven. And then next was the AC unit went out, and I'm looking around, the ice machine went out.
It's
and
like
so,
slowly.
and it wasn't all at once, it was just over time. And then probably the biggest one was we put in a standalone dishwasher, and we thought it was fine, and then the health department comes out and asked us if that had been there before. Apparently we had to go through plan check with the health department to put a dishwasher in. And so when we went through plan check, they said, well, no, you need a floor sink in there. And so we got a permit to put a floor sink in and tie into the plumbing that runs from the bar to the back of the business. And we got a plan check by health department and went to the city, everything was fine, until we went to tie into that existing pipe, and it was disintegrated, and there was all the way to the bar. The business is 36 years old, the pipe was 40 years old. There was a 3-foot section missing from the pipe.
Oh my gosh.
And so probably the most challenging part was, because when we owned the wine bar in Long Beach 6 years ago, is it was closed, and we spent 3 months doing all the TI, or tenant improvements. So the day we opened, everything was working. With this business, it was open six lunches and 6 dinners a week. It was closed on Mondays, and so we had to try and come at 4 or 5 in the morning to work on the AC or the ice machine, and so it was really long hours.
Trying to do all that and still keep food coming out on time, guests happy, the business running on a day-to-day was fun.
I'm sure. I mean, given all that, I'm sure it would be very frustrating and nerve-wracking, and probably drive you crazy or drive you to quit. Wow. What did you do to try to hold it all together and keep things going through these various, roadblocks that came along?
Well, we were really grateful that we did this on accident, but we started with a really good team. So it's my husband, me, our cousin Jan, and our brother-in-law. And so I'm very good at front of house, that's what I do. Our cousin is a chef, and so when we have to make new recipes, he's on top of it. So each of these little like breakdowns had one person who could take care of it. Rob took care of like all of our city needs, going, making sure we had the right plumbing, doing all the research, so he's our business guy, and so that helped us a lot. Is like we already kind of accidentally assembled a really great team, because otherwise it's like one person trying to handle all of that at the same time and still being sane and happy and nice to people. It's not the easiest thing.
I don't think we could have done it on our own, even two of us on our own. It was overwhelming how much work it was, and if it was just one person, it would have been too much to handle. So it's sometimes you hear stories that it can be challenging to go in business with family, and it can be,
Yeah.
but just with partners in general, that we're able to work it out, that everyone has a specific expertise and knowledge that you could lean on that person, and they could complete that task. Whereas I might not have. I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef. I still haven't made a pizza. So
I know,
I don't know
part-time.
that area of the business. So, and she drank a lot of wine too during
That
that
helped
time.
out, yeah.
There you go, I'm sure.
Cases and cases.
It was all tasting.
Yeah,
You could write it
I
off as a
have to make
business
sure I
expense,
get my
yeah.
wine,
Yeah, there you go,
my
there
wine
you go.
list in line.
So you guys fortunately you had a good team, and you were able to work with each other. That's
Yeah.
always a challenge. Now I understand that things are doing better. It's been 10 months. You've got some of these different kinks worked out. What are some of the successes that you're looking at now?
Yeah, I mean, we very early on, we got involved with the city. We joined a group called Placentia Buzz, and they hosted their holiday party here, and so that kind of helped us with the sales growing, because with all those problems occurring, there was more expenses, and so that helped it a little bit. And then we just got involved with the community even more. Like we did a fundraiser for the Placentia Police Canine Foundation. We dropped off pizza and food multiple times for the new fire department, the police department. We do once or twice a month we drop off food for the Ronald McDonald's house, and so we've been really trying to establish ourselves in the community, and we get the feedback from the community. Almost every night we get one or two tables that come in from Placentia Buzz or that have seen some of our posts about it. So they really appreciate that we're getting involved in the community.
Good.
Yeah, the buzz has been a huge help, and we've the buzz has allowed us to meet so many people locally and make friends and get to know the whole neighborhood. I'm just gonna say Placentia is probably the only city I've ever seen that just will come in and surround businesses to take care of them. They care so much about their neighbors. It's like a small town in California, which is bonkers to me, and it's been such a help.
Actually, a lot of our problems have been solved by
Buzz
Placentia
members,
Buzz.
yeah.
The front door wasn't working right, and Bill was tasked with that, and for weeks he wouldn't get a call back from door repair companies. And so he posted on Placentia Buzz, multiple references within an hour or two, and I think it was on a Saturday, and by Wednesday someone was out here and fixed it same day.
Wow.
The ice machine, Gina from Placentia Buzz, he was here for the Placentia Buzz party, and I'm like, man, I'm having problems with the ice machine. He came out the next day and helped us fix it. Johnny, the tile guy, helped us with some tile. I mean, I can't remember. There's so many problems I can't remember, but
The city just
everybody
really
in the
surrounded
community,
Yeah.
we just put on the buzz, and we get tons of references, and they're out within 1 to 3 days and helping us fix our problem.
We even Michelle, they did a lunch here, and then I've met so many people through it. We met our friends at Savage Suiting, and
Right.
they've just kind of like really taken care of us. I feel like I'm family, like I've lived here my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great news. I mean, I've lived here in Placentia for almost 30 years, and it does have that small town feel to it, which is really unique. But yeah, I know our business community, particularly our chamber, really does its best to support the businesses. So I'm glad that you guys have experienced that and had a chance to grow as a result. Anything else that you want to share? Any other business advice or words of wisdom or words of encouragement?
Inspections and due diligence. So we were so excited about this business because of the history, because of the clientele that's been coming here for so long, that maybe we're a little blindsided about the things that we need to look into. So, you know, if we're looking at a second location now, we're going to have someone come out and check the AC, the electrical, have them run cameras down the pipes, and even the pizza oven. This is an old pizza oven, and they don't make them anymore, and they don't make parts for it. So just having that checked out. But just doing a lot more due diligence, so you just know what you're getting into. So you either can make adjustments in escrow with the seller, or make a decision not to purchase that specific business.
Okay.
That would definitely be good. Other than that, I would say, you know, like reaching out and being a part of the buzz, being a part of the chamber, like that. It sounded kind of silly at first. They're like, oh, you want to do this chamber thing? And I'm like, ah. And they're like, no, we're doing it. I'm like, okay. And now that we've been a part of those, you know, groups, the communities have really been there for us and have been like another support to anything little, like getting a door fixed or getting your air conditioner fixed or getting a good price on some flooring or
Right.
whatever. So that's been super helpful.
Yeah, there was another one. I forget what the issue was, but I asked Michelle at the chamber, and she gave me some resources.
Yeah.
But that was 9 months ago. I don't even remember what it was now.
Right. Just being able to reach out to neighbors, it's been amazing for us. They come by, they support us, they say hi. You know, we don't live in Placentia, we live in Tustin, and so being up here is just can be like mid-shift. I'm like, but having them just dropping by and saying hi has been one of the things I look forward to, knowing that Monica and Gina from the Buzz are coming, or Michelle's gonna stop by.
Right.
And it's just been a really good, you know, group of people to get to know.
Good. The last thing, I know right now with COVID, lots of restaurants have closed their indoor dining. What are some ways that people can enjoy dining here or with other options?
Right.
We already had planned to put a patio out front, which we did, but it only holds 3 tables. And so the city came out with a really good program for temporary outdoor dining, patio dining. And it's a really easy application, and it's free. And so we applied with the city, and that was issued within 24 hours. And then there's another temporary permit for the ABC for beer and wine. And that was a 1-page document and $100. And so we put a huge tent out front. We have 5. We took part of the parking lot. We had to get approval from the landlord, from the city, and the ABC. But the city and ABC landlord made it very easy. So we have 450 square feet now on our patio with 5 tables, 20 seats, plus the permanent patio that we put out there. So there's lots of seating. Actually, probably more seating than when they allowed indoor dining, but distance. We probably have more dining now outside. Yeah. And so people have been coming to really enjoy it. The tent blocks us from the sun, and then there's a nice breeze that runs through here. So, and then we're looking at putting TVs out there now that sports are back on. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, always ask. I didn't think this was going to be something that was possible. We have 2 parking spots that are designated for us in front of our building. But Rob really went through all our neighbors just to double check first before we talked to our landlord. But we asked the landlord. I didn't think he was going to say yes, but always just ask. I mean, it's not going to hurt just to see if we can maybe do something to keep your business going. But I would never have asked. He's like, oh, let's go. You know, having just that brazen, otherwise we would not have what we have. And it's been super helpful, and everyone really enjoys being outside and kind of almost feeling like back to normal-ish a little.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Well, excellent. That was wonderful what you shared. And for any of you folks out there in the Placentia universe or beyond, come out and try some delicious Italian food here at Gina Maria's, either for takeout or to dine in the outside patio currently. And you guys have anything else to say?
No, we've just been really grateful. So thank you guys so much for everything.
You're welcome. And otherwise, let's have everybody be well.
Thank you.
Stay out of
Thank
trouble.
you.